Africa's Great Rift Valley runs through the country from north to south, holding on its floor several fresh and alkaline lakes of unique interest to naturalists and ecologists. One of these lakes, Lake Nakuru, is acknowledged to be one of the greatest ornithological wonders on earth.
This park is the park that receives more visitors than any park in KWS parks. And it is the park that generates more revenue than any KWS park. In terms of accommodations, we have Saroba Lion Hill Lodge in the park. We have also Lake Nakuru Lodge, and also KWS has got also a guest house in the park.
Lake Nakuru is simply a bird's paradise. At any given time, avid bird watchers may marvel at the flight of flamingos on the lake, whose numbers range from 800,000 to over 1.5 million. In addition, over 500 other bird species are to be found around the lake. Until recently frequented by tourists from Europe, the park is now attracting visitors from the Far East. Lake Nakuru National Park is not just home to the flamingos. It is a wetland ecosystem with one of the most densely animal populations. In total, there are over 20 different wild animal species. Of late, there has been a concerted effort by the government to woo locals to visit the park.
We offer them bus so that they pay only 150. So those who cannot afford to come with their vehicles, so they go around, they see the park, they see the resources of the park, and they get satisfied. Yeah. And during the holidays like December, we usually offer 4 days, we give them free, all locals to enter to the park free.
In this connection, the Lake Nakuru Lodge, which is within the park, has not been left behind. The 80-room capacity lodge has special charges for Kenyans and also supports reforestation among the community members within the vicinity of the park.
We have a number of projects, and one I would like to mention here is the reforestation. Reforestation has helped the communities outside there with a number of nurseries. This has helped even the young people who have no jobs, and they have self-employments. They have nurseries. Out of these nurseries, they have the indigenous yellow acacia tree, which we buy at an average of 300 shillings, and we sell this to our visitors.
If you closely follow the migratory pattern of the flamingos from Lake Nakuru, you'll find that their ideal breeding destination is Lake Bogoria. The hot mist emitted by the lake's geysers is not only attractive to the birds, but also brings tourists in their numbers to marvel at the wondrous beauty created by nature. The locals also frequent the seemingly powerful underground fountains, spewing water with such might as to turn it misty and so joyous to watch. As you resume your safari, there are strategically placed sites where you can buy a souvenir to take back home to your loved one. Whether you are a foreigner or a Kenyan, our artistic covers know what appeals to everyone out there for fun. Kenya's numerous tourist destinations spread far and wide. The lush forested greenery of the Aberdare Ranges and the environs of Mount Kenya, the second highest in Africa, support large numbers of big game.
The national park was gazetted in the 1950s. I know it has a history related to the royal family, the Queen Elizabeth. But the purpose of gazetting this place was to protect the natural resources which are the mainstay of our country, first and foremost the forest. and as a water catchment area. We also have a number of endangered species, most of all and known to, I think, everybody, the elephant, the rhino. We also have rare species like the bongo, which are endemic to this part of Kenya and of the world.
The Aberdares also has several tourist attractions and historical sites, which range from the Mau Mau caves, waterfalls, and expansive moorland. At the Sweet Waters Tented Camp, one can enjoy excellent cuisine and accommodation in the cool and natural forested environment.
We are right at the foot of Mount Kenya, which you can see right at the back. Very magnificent. In Sweet Waters, we do night game drives that have been very, very popular. So we do game drives at 7 o'clock up to 9 o'clock, and then the second one at 9 o'clock until 11. So you get to see lions hunting, get to see most of the nocturnal animals, and then the general atmosphere at night.
In close proximity to the Sweet Waters Tented Camp is the Sweet Waters Chimpanzee Sanctuary, which is meant to rehabilitate the fenced animals to the normal life in the wild. The fence is meant to protect them from predators like cheetahs and lions who roam the forest. When well rehabilitated, fed and treated against diseases like pneumonia and polio, chimpanzees can live up to 50 years. In line with plowing back some of the revenue accrued from tourism to the communities bordering the parks, bus shuttle rates to and from the Aberdares National Park are highly subsidized. In this regard, it will not be unusual to find Kenyans patronizing such lodges as the Treetops and the Ark inside the Aberdares. Treetops is still remembered for the historic visit in 1952 by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, when news of her ascendancy to the throne was suddenly made public. So, what makes Kenya tick as a tourist destination? Why do many come back several times over for the same purpose? And nostalgic memories for those who cannot.
After us being here and having such a good time, we will be back.
Since I have had the privilege, and I've been fortunate, I've been able to visit here a number of times. This is what's really fun for me and exciting for me is both of my daughters. I have a 20-year-old daughter and a 22-year-old daughter that have never been here before. And to see their faces when they see some of the great spectacles that we've seen, some of the animals that Wendell described, it's really fun for me to watch their reactions, because I know I love this area. It's magical. I know how wonderful it is. But to watch their faces and to see them become excited and really interested in this really makes me feel good.
In recent times, tourism has kept an upward trend, recording an overall 49 billion shillings in revenue earnings. New markets from China and other Asian countries have emerged. The government is working on further strategies to boost earnings from tourism. This includes new measures to expand domestic tourism. The Ministry of Tourism and Wildlife, other relevant arms of government, and all the key players in the industry have joined hands to make sure that the ordinary Kenyan can also get to know their country. Be there yourself. Be part of the fun as you join in making Kenya the destination of choice.